While we were singing that, another $1,040
Jesus.
seed
Wow.
came in.
Amen.
And we're making this manuscript only available for 15 people.
Wow.
You know what's interesting about this manuscript? I was telling the people on the conference call earlier, sometimes you write a manuscript maybe only for 3 people.
Wow.
When the Apostle John wrote, he only wrote the letters to the, how many churches? Only the 7
Only
churches.
7 churches.
It took maybe a century later before the rest of the world could read when he wrote to the
Yes.
7 churches. I wrote
Jesus.
15 chapters. And it's exclusive to some deep. This is a work for people that are going to be doing some deep work with angels.
Yes.
You don't step to this book unless you have a plan
Ooh, Jesus.
to do spiritual work.
So, Master Prophet, what you're saying, this work, understanding angels, is not for babes.
Oh, no, no, no. It is for the Prometheus of our times.
Jesus.
Prometheus was the one that had forethought. It's not for the Epimetheus,
Behind.
which is afterthought,
Wow.
but it's for Prometheus, which means forethought.
Promethean
And if you look at the prefix of Prometheus, what word do you see? Pro, which is the same prefix that is in prophet.
Or prosperity.
Or prosperity. You can't have prosperity unless you have forethought.
You have to have a plan.
So it's for the Prometheus
Wow.
of our times. Also, Prophetess Deborah, we're going to take some English license here and go ahead and put the word promise up there with prosperity.
Oh,
Yes.
You can't have a promise unless there's some forethought
Yes.
Wow.
in it. And that's why, as we was on the conference call on last night sharing, and someone needs to see if Dayton can get Apostle Willie Richardson Sr. on the line. And if you're listening, just hit *6 and then press 1 on the phone line on the conference call, because we want to bring you on up. One of the things I want to say is that you've got to be a people of promise. And one of the things is that, you know, Fred Astaire, they said he couldn't act. He was bald-headed, and all he could do was a little dancing. He took that from one of the major motion pictures studios and hung it up in his mansion. But he kept on swinging.
Wow.
See, the wealthy keep swinging because they know at some point
They're gonna
the
hit the
bat
ball.
is going to connect with the ball.
Yes.
And every miss is just a lesson learned. So it's not a wasted swing. And some of you have stopped swinging. That's why you don't have success in life.
Only 4 people stop swinging.
You see that? And when you understand that there's such a work of art that comes out, when I was putting this here work together, I was in a trance. Because I just finished Entertaining Angels. I said I hadn't launched that yet. The angel of his presence descended and says, I want to talk to the people about choirs of angels. We're getting to hear about angelic choirs. The choruses of angels. We even went into some stuff of what the early church fathers said about angels. And then when Manoah wanted to know, asked one angel what his name was. His name says, it's a secret. There are angels that are part of secret orders. Oh my God.
Jesus.
All right.
Why do you need to know my name? It's a secret. And so I began to go into this text and begin to write that some angels reveal their names because they're that interactive in human affairs, while others are not as active in human affairs, so it's not necessary for you to know their name.
To build the names, to build the nature.
See, from everlasting to everlasting, I always was. I was given the name Bernard so that I can interact in these affairs. But when I no longer need to interact in these affairs, I let go of this name. And they give the last rites and say ashes to ashes, dust to dust. There's no more social security card, no more birth certificate. They give you the death certificate where this too has come to pass, and you move on out of this realm, and my name is no longer necessary because that form no longer needs to exist. And this is powerful. So I want you to call in your seed tonight, 212-316-2177. And we see that Nikki Blaine used called in a 120 seed. What's the word of the Lord, Prophet Thompson, to Nikki Blaine use?
And you're rising up into new levels of promotion, and that's the word of the Lord.
Okay, Sister Rosalie Russell called in a $52 seed.
And God said this will be a season of great focus for you. And as you do that, God said you'll see the prosperity.
All right. I see Prophet Anthony Reed saying, Master Prophet, I am making a pledge for 1,040 US on or before 7 days for the manuscript. He ain't playing.
No, he's not.
He's aiming for that manuscript. Did anybody hear from Dayton to let him to find out if he is actually calling?
Yeah, he's no answer. He's trying again.
I didn't get an answer.
He's in the library. He said he's working on it now.
He got no
Okay.
He got no answer. He's trying again.
No answer.
Okay. And so we want you to come on and join us in the 1,004. So we're looking for Cheryl Sharp and Apostle Willie Richardson Sr. Now, for those of you that are, Prophetess Cynthia, have you seen our new Cosmic Economic site?
I was in there about 4 days ago, was the last time.
It is tremendous.
Wow,
All
yes.
71 lessons of the video is up, plus some more.
Wow.
You're going to be blessed by it. Prophet Miola, did we do a lot of things there in Alaska?
Oh yes, it was breathtaking.
And you were out there playing with the beaver. Miola got the beaver to
beaver?
come. Oh yes, he got.
I talked to it and it came close.
Yeah, he spoke in beaver language. Ask Miola to do beaver language.
Can you do it for us, Miola? Prophet
Yes.
Miola, we would
I
love
said
to see
the beaver,
your
I wanted to
impression.
get footage. So I wanted the beaver to get close. So I talked to the beaver. I said, and it actually
And it responded.
it actually came up real close to the show. We got
Gave us a
great
whole
footage.
show.
I guess you were speaking this language. Does that work with bears?
No, but we did hear some interesting bear stories from one of our guys.
Yes. Oh my God. He was even telling us that one of his friends got attacked by a bear and played dead, and the bear had drugged him and buried him.
Oh my God.
And they had to go find,
But he lived through it.
yeah, because the bear was already full because he had already
Thank
eaten something
God.
else.
Thank
And
God.
they says the bear will bury you and then
Come
come
back
back
later.
and get you when he's hungry.
Oh, Jesus.
Please don't be making
It was a
Please
little,
don't be
it was a little
making
too
that
much
sound
for
like
me. A matter of fact, they had signs here in Alaska talking about watch out for bear crossing.
Oh my God.
What city
Wow.
were you in?
We were in Juneau. We were in Juneau. So Prophet Miola was playing with the beaver. Was that in Juneau you were playing with the beaver?
Yes.
Yes, he was playing with the beaver and just enjoying the beaver, Mother Jordan. The beaver was building its dam there, and the beaver just came over and did. We got all kind of footage. So we did some teaching over there near the beaver too, didn't we?
Yes.
You got to go on the site and see Miola talk beaver talk.
But it was so much wisdom that just came